Yes, yes. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Sorry. Yeah. So welcome back. How are you feeling? The last time we talked
Yeah.
about it, we talked about this, momentum of like trying to come back and be able to do it here and do it at home and your stadium to call it in a sense. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm so happy to be home. I'm so happy that this is the camp that it worked out that I could come back into and be able to be at home with the girls. It's so great to be back in camp. There's a lot to learn, a lot to refamiliarize myself with. So it's been a really fun past couple of days in training. But I'm feeling good and I'm excited to be in front of a home crowd.
Emma just talked about the fact that you're probably will have a role coming off of the bench. Your minutes are limited. How are you feeling in that sense? And how excited are you to be able to step back?
Yeah, I know. It's a long process, and when you get to the end, you're like just itching to be back out onto the field. But like still, part of the process and the return to play journey is the limited minutes and making sure that we're hitting those benchmarks before we go crazy. So I think it's part of what I have to do in this process. But I'm really excited to be able to like come in and hopefully affect the game positively if my number is called. So it's something that I'm just really happy to like even have the opportunity to be back out on the field at this point. So I'm just happy to be able to help the team.
And the last one from my part. Last time the U.S. national team played here at this stadium was against Brazil. It was a loss, a very hard loss. How are you guys feeling as a group coming back? And kind of like not redeeming yourself, but it's like that process we just talked with Emma. This process of like the new players, the younger players, being in a much better position to face that really good team like Japan.
Yeah, I mean it's always a fun challenge to play world class teams. I think in terms of the specific stadiums that we're playing in, because we changed so much, it's like an entirely different environment with whatever we're learning on the field, with whatever roster is playing for this camp and whatever team that we're playing. So I think it's like a totally different feel. But I think we're well prepared. I think we've had a great few days of training, and we're really excited to have an awesome challenge against Japan.
Tierna, when you're injured, you spend a lot of time alone. You learn new things. I'm just wondering
Alone crying
what have
with
you
your dog.
got from that experience into this camp? Because of course you're a different player person.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm really trying to be present and to focus on gratitude. I think sometimes that's difficult when you're in a really highly competitive environment because you're really focused on excelling and the performance and making sure that you're doing things correctly. But I think especially after going through this injury process twice, just being very grateful to be able to do what I love as a job, as a career, and to be able to do it at the highest level with some great people coaching, some great people playing. It's something that I think is easy to take for granted when things are moving really quickly. But when you step away and you kind of evaluate where you're at, it's something that is so important to make sure that I value with the time that I have on the field.
It's a really unique opportunity to play in a tournament like Japan 3 different times, 3 different places. What do you think are some challenges that come with that as well as opportunities that you can take?
Yeah, I mean, I think Japan is a very intelligent team, and I think they're very good at adapting when they need to, but also, kind of sticking to a very strong identity. And so I think it'll be really interesting to see how they adapt to what we bring throughout the 3 matches, and then how we have to adapt to what they bring. I think it's definitely going to be a chess match. I think it's always such an entertaining game. And frustrating sometimes to play in, and certainly to watch. And so I think to have 3 of those games in a row to really focus on kind of the nitty-gritty details that you have to focus on when you play a team like Japan is going to be a really good test for us.